I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Khan. We've taken note of your information. The Russian Federation's position on the activities of the ICC is unchanged. The authority of any legal body is based on its openness, impartiality, its apolitical nature, and the legal robustness of its judgments. Unfortunately, the ICC is still far from such standards. We would like to separately comment on the recent decision of the ICC indicating that there will be a continuation of the unacceptable practice of willfully interpreting the norms of international law and Security Council documents. The ICC Appeal Chamber, in considering the legal objections of the defendant Ali Kushaib, assumed that it had the authority to interpret the provisions of Security Council Resolution 1593. We would therefore like to recall that the ICC is a body based on a treaty between a limited number of states. Indeed, the authors of the Rome Statute did stipulate the possibility for the Security Council to refer situations to the ICC. But this does not mean at all that the Security Council endowed the ICC with the right to interpret the will of the Council. Interpreting the resolutions of the Security Council is a competency that falls only to the Council or to a body that the Council specifically endows with such authority. And that is not the case with the ICC. It would be simply absurd if a situation arose where an outside body with a limited number of participants was able to impose on the UN member states its own reading of the content of UN documents, including those where the consequences might spread throughout the international community as a whole. Security Council Resolution 1593 directly indicates that states that are not parties to the Rome Statute do not bear any obligations under that statute. The approach of the ICC is also confusing given that the directly opposite position was taken up by the Special Tribunal for Lebanon. That tribunal, which works on the basis of Security Council Resolution 1757, was completely logical in assuming that it did not have the authority to interpret the documents of the Council. There have been persistent attempts by the ICC, since it hasn't made any particular success in its investigative and legal activities thus far, to prove itself through this creative interpretation and, in essence, a rewriting of the norms of international law, and that cannot but cause concern. Madam President, in conclusion, some words on the situation in Sudan. The Russian Federation has consistently called for normalization of the political situation in the country. We are convinced that against a background of ongoing political instability, the main objective is achieving national reconciliation. And the ICC has done nothing to this end in the whole 15 years of its work on the issues in Sudan. With regard to the provision of justice, the Sudanese, I am confident, would be able to deal with that by themselves. Thank you very much, Madam President.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation.